how important the process is of going somewhere that's willing to invest in you, let you make mistakes, get at bats, and cut your teeth.
Yeah.
Right? And invest in your development in real life practical sales cycles. Where I really cut my teeth in sales was at Insight Global, staffing and recruit IT at the time. They've expanded now, but they were IT staffing and recruiting, where everybody starts as a recruiter. They're headquartered here in Atlanta. And at the time, it was pretty, this could go in a few different directions. We talk about ego and kind of the fine balance, especially in a sales world, being highly self-aware of your strengths, your weaknesses, always checking your ego, but at the same time being competent and confident.
Yeah.
Right. Which is a
That's
dance.
a balance. Yeah.
It's a dance. And in just one statement, right, in a high stakes type of client engagement, you can, trust is won in drops, lost in buckets, right? Sort of deal. So like
Never heard that.
the stakes are high, which I think speaks to, another idea, which is like how important the process is of going somewhere that's willing to invest in you, let you make mistakes, get at bats, and cut your teeth.
Yeah.
Right? And invest in your development in real life practical sales cycles.
That's a good point. I've never really thought through. So I generally say cut your teeth when you're starting out. But to your point, cutting your teeth is trying and failing and figuring out what it all is. What are you good at? What are you not? How to do it. And just the process of failing, succeeding, fail if I succeed, fail if I succeed, and then figuring out, all right, next time I'm going to not say that. Next time I'm going to try this. I'm going to make a phone call. Hey, like I keep bumping into this. How do I do that? So when I hear Xerox, I know that myself and other managers that I've worked with would have highly valued that, even though you don't think that was cutting your teeth, and probably wasn't because you were saying it was shadowing and doing grunt work, but you were exposed to that world, that life, right? Which gave you like a head start. And at the time, it's probably underappreciated. I'm not speaking for you, but I totally get what you're saying. Where now at Insight Global, you've probably had some, I'm guessing, because I've had them, moments where you're like super pumped up for tomorrow's meeting, where you're getting the opportunity to do something for the first time. Yeah. And then it might go well, or it might go poorly. And then you're like 3 times just feeling as worse as you were the day before, excited. And you're just like, this isn't for me. I don't know. I don't know for this. And you just feel terrible. That is cutting your teeth, right? Going through the highs and lows and then trying to figure out as you get better, but also this finding the steadiness that every sales guy has. I don't know. Yeah. Like you said, there's a lot to go with it, but
cutting your teeth, I mean, you can say that in many different ways, but ultimately, I think it boils down to being and getting comfortable with the unknown, is discomfort. Right? We like to have projections. Publicly traded companies are quarterly operated because investors and private equity firms and all the financial mechanisms behind the backers behind it want
hedge funds
predictability, right? And that boils down to the individual. Like we like predictability as human beings. So like being in sales for me was like the only option coming out of the military background, sports background, and I think you would agree. In your experience, like the best sales professionals, or the ones that at least last, right, usually have a very similar DNA, usually come from a competitive background of some sort.